desires. Important character Jamun, father Shyamanand, 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 and his dying mother Urmila. Third work, The Memories of Mammarius, The Memories of the Welfare State, written in 2003, and this work is sequel of First Noble English August. The title derives from a line of a dialogue in the novel where a civil servant states, "In my 8 years of service, I have not come across a single case in which everybody concerned did not try to milk dry the boobs of the welfare state." Anandvardhan stated that the listen again, the memories of the welfare state, sequel of English August. The title derives from a line of a dialogue in the novel where a civil servant states, "In my 8 years of service, I have not come across a single case in which everybody concerned did not try to milk dry, dry, the boobs, boobs, boobs of the welfare state." Anandvardhan states that the novel anticipated India's initial response, INITIAL, initial response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Number 4, weight loss, published in 2006. He was awarded the Audrey des Arts, ORDRE, Audrey DES, des Arts et des Letters for his contribution to literature. In 2014, he published Fairy Tales at 50. Indra Pramit Das writes in a review for the Indian Business Line. Note this point. Indra Pramit Das, INDRA PRAMIT. Indra Pramit Das writes in a review for the Hindu Business Line, like a David Lynch, David Lynch, LYNCH, like a David Lynch film set in India, Upmanyu Chatterjee's latest book is a monstrous fairy tale, MONSTROUS, MONSTROUS, monstrous fairy tale that respect the darkness of the real world. In 2018, his novella, The Revenge of the Non-Vegetarian, was published. In the Hindu, write this, in the Hindu, Anjana Sharma equates EQUATS, equates Upmanyu vision of humanity with W.B. Yeats. She write, 8 years apart, culture civilizations, CIVILISATIONS, culture civilizations, even craft, 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 and temperament, 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 apart its, YEATS, its, and Chatterjee share and identical, IDENTICAL, identical vision of a de-centered world, DE-CENTERED, centered world. Next work, The Noble Way to Go was 2010. Next work, The Assassination of Indira Gandhi, The assassination of Indira Gandhi. ASSASSINATION. Assassination of Indira Gandhi. Published in 2019. Okay, next writer. I think you have noted all the points. Any doubt? Hello? Hello? Okay. Next writer. Note down. Meenakshi Mukherjee. Meenakshi Mukherjee, born on 1937 and died on 2009, was a literature and a Sahitya Academy Award winner. Her book, An Indian for All Seasons, a biographer of historian R.C. Dutt, R.C. Dutt, published by Penguin, Penguin. First work, The Perishable Empire, Perishable, The Perishable Empire, or The Perishable Empire, essay on Indian writing in English collection of essays. Number 2, Let's Go Home and Other Stories, 1975. First eyewitness story of the Kashmir operations, permitted by the Government of India to be published in book from on October 22 October 1947. In a flash and without warning, war burst open Kashmir. Third work, Elusive Terrain, ELUSIVE, Elusive Terrain, TERRAIN. Culture and literary memory, divided into two sections. The 13 essays included in the volume addresses diverse issues pertaining to modern India. PERTAINING, pertaining to modern India. Fifth work, Realism and Reality, The Noble and Society in India, 1985, Regional Noble. Sixth work, Jane Austen, 1991, fiction, from a feminist perspective, and discuss the theme of marriage and professions, space and enclosure, and art and life in her work, 1991. Sixth work, Rereading Jane Austen, 1995. Seventh one, Early Novels in India, 2002. And The Nation Across the World, Post-Colonial Literary. Another work is, okay, this is all about the Meenakshi Mukherjee. Next writer, Meena Alexander. Born in 1951, died in 2018. Meena Alexander, Indian American poet, scholar, and writer. Alexander lived and worked in New York City. First work, House of a Thousand Doors, published in 1988. Poem and prose pieces is a collection of 59 poems and prose pieces. Meena Alexander's poetry reflects her multicultural heritage, heritage, and the tension it creates. Work number 2, Nampally Road, Nampally, Nampally Road, 1991. Meera Canadical returns to India, Kannadical. Meera Canadical returns to India after graduate school in England to teach. But when she moves into a house on Nampally Road in Hyderabad, she must come to terms with the conflicts and conflicts and contradictions, contradiction of life in modern India. Work number 3, Fault Lines, published in 1993. Alexander's Memoirs, 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 traces her evolutions, evolution as a post-colonial writer from a privileged childhood, privileged, privileged childhood in India, to a turbulent, turbulent adolescence, adolescence, adolescence in the Sudan, and then to England and New York City. Fourth work, Raw Silk, published in 2004. And fifth work is Poetics of Dislocation. Is very important work because this work is asked in the next exam. So note down. Poetics of Dislocations, published in 2009, set the work of contemporary American poetry within the stream of migration that have made the nation what it is in the 21st century. Once again, I am repeating this. Poetics of Dislocation set the work of contemporary 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 American poetry within the streams of migrations that have made the nation what it is in the 21st century. This work is important because this work is asked in a UGC NET exam. Next work is Illiterate Heart. This work is also important. Illiterate, Illiterate Heart, published in 2002. Poetry emerges as a consciousness, consciousness, consciousness moving between the worlds of memory and the present, enhanced by enhanced by multiple language. Last work, The Shock of Arrival, reflection on post-colonial experience, published in 1996. Post-colonial immigrants in America. Post-colonial immigrants in America. This work is also important because this work is related to the post-colonial. So notice this. Next writer, Habib Tanveer, born in 1923, died in 2009. Habib Tanveer was one of the most popular Indian Urdu, Hindi playwrights, a theatre director, poet, and actor. He was the writer of plays such as Agra Bazaar and Chandradas Chor. Note this, Agra Bazaar and Chandradas, Chandrads, Chandradas Chor, Chor. Chandradas, a petty thief, is discontent, content with his life and is on the run. He eventually meets a guru who grants him guru who grants him vows that will set him free, written by Syam Bengal, Shym Syam, Bengal, Bengal, and Sama Jedi, Shamazadi. Next writer, Balveer Madhavpuri, Balbir, Balveer Madhavpuri, Madhopuri. Balveer Madhavpuri, born in 1925, is a Punjabi language writer, poet, and translator. He is best known for his autobiography, Chanakya Rukh, Changiya, Chanakya Rukh, Rukh. His writings are primarily focused on the issues related to the oppressed and depressed classes, especially Dalits. Second work, Mitti Bol Pai, Mitti, Mitti, Bol, Bol, Payy, Bol Pai. Changiya Rukh, as the title of Balveer Madhavpuri, it means A tree lopped from the top. Lopped, L-O-P-P-E-D. Lopped from the top, slashed, S-L-A-S-H-E-D, slashed, and dwarfed, D-W-A-R-F-E-D, dwarfed. Madhavpuri uses it as a metaphor for Dalit or an untouchable Indian whose potential for growth, P-O-T-E-N-T-I-A-L, potential for growth has been robbed, R-O-B-B-D, robbed by the Hindu social order 2010. I think we have noted all this point. Okay, next writer. Chitra Banerjee Dev Karuni. Chitra Banerjee. C-H-I-T-R-A. Chitra Banerjee. B-A-N-E-R-J-E-E Banerjee Dev Karuni. D-I-V-A-K-A-R-U-N-I. Chitra Banerjee Dev Karuni, born in 1956, Indian American author, poet, and the Betty, B-E-T-T-Y, Betty and Jane McDavid Professor, G-E-N-E, Jane McDavid, M-C-D-A-V-I-D, McDavid Professor of Writing at the University of Houston, 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 Creative Writing Program in 1956. First work is Mistress of Species, published in 1997. The titular character, shopkeeper, born in India, and Ravan character. Work number 2, Sister of My Heart, published in 1999. This novel was followed in 2002 by a sequel, The Vine of Desire, V-I-N-E, The Vine of Desire. The story centers on two Indian girls, Anju and Sudha. Anju and Sudha. Third work, The Place of Illusions. This work also asked in UGC NET exam. The Place of Illusion, ILLUSIONS. A novel is a rendition, RENDITION, rendition of the Hindu epic Mahabharata as told from Draupadi Panchayati viewpoint, namely that of a woman living in a Panchali, Draupadi Panchali, P-A-N-C-H-A-A-L-I, Draupadi Panchali viewpoint, namely that of a woman living in a patriarchal world, Patriarchal. Next work is The Forest of Enchantments, ENCHANTMENTS, published in 2019. Next work, Arranged Marriage, published in 1995. Next work, The Last Queens, published in 2021. And the last work, Queens of Dreams, published in 2004. Next writer, Anita Rao Badami, born in 1961, Indo-Canadian writer, born in Rourkela, R-O-U-R-K-E-L-A, Rourkela, Odisha, India. First work, Tamarind Mem, T-A-M-A-R-I-N-D, Tamarind Mem, 1996. Her novels deal with the complexity, COMPLEXITIES, complexities of Indian family life, and with the complexity of Indian family life with the culture gap that emerged when Indians moved to the West. Next work, The Hero's Walk. This work also asked in UGC NET exam. Hero Walk, published in 2001. Next work, third work, Can You Hear the Night Bird Call? Badami third novel, Can You Hear the Night Bird Call, explore the Golden Temple Massacre, 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 and the Air India bombing. Golden Temple Massacre, MASSACRE, and the Air India bombing. Fourth work, Tell It to the Trees, published in 2021. Tamrid Man, a beautiful and brilliant portrait of two generations of women. Tamrid ma'am, a beautiful and brilliant portrait PORTRAIT of two generations of women. Next work, next writer, Indira Ganesan, born in 1960. First work, The Journey. After a decade in a 1990 suburban American world, SUBURBAN, suburban American world of shopping malls and fast food restaurants, sister Renu and Marks, Renu and Marks returned to their childhood home, the island of Pi, bit of India, torn free to float, TORN, torn free to float, FLOAT, float in the Bay of Bengal, in the Bay of Bengal. Kajan Rajesh. Next work, Inheritance, published in 2000. 15-year-old Sonil, Sonil has come to her adorate grandmother's house on a small island off the coast of India, coast of India, to mend her shaky health, shaky health. Next work, As Sweet as Honey, published in 2013. Next writer, Anjana Apachana, APPACHAN, Anjana Apachana, born in 1972, novelist of Indian origin who lives in the United States. First work, Insanation and Other Stories, INCANTATIONS, Insanation and Other Stories, 1991. Second work, Listening Now. This work is also asked in UGC NET exam. Listening Now, published in 1998. 7 characters, child Malika, MALLIK, Malika, and mother Padma, PADMA, Padma. Next writer, Ismat. Okay, you have noted all the point. Hello, hello. I'm audible. Are you understanding all this point?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Next writer, Sarojini Naidu, also called born in 1879, died in 1949. Also called Nightingale of India by Mahatma Gandhi. First work, In the Bazaar of Hyderabad, 1912. Second, The Golden Threshold, THRESHOLD, in 1905. Third word, The Village Song, 1912. Fourth work is Palanquin Bearers, PALANQUIN Bearers, BEARERS. Fifth work, The Bird of Time, published in 1912, Song of Life, Death and Spring. Compare time with a bird. The song of bird are about the glory, gladness, sorrow, and joy of the spring. The song of bird are about the glory, gladness, sorrow, and the joy of the spring. It also describes about the hype of future and faith for eternal peace. She relates death, RELATS, relates death with mystic silence, MYSTIC, mystic silence. Sixth walk, speeches and writing of Sarojini Naidu. Seventh, Spectred Flute Song of India. Number 8 walk, The Broken Wing, collection of 24 lyrics. Ninth, Song of Radha, Supremacy of Love Lord Krishna. Supremacy, Supremacy of Lord Love Lord Krishna. Song of Radha, Supremacy, Supremacy of Love. The Broken Wing, BROKEN, Broken Wing, collection of 24 lyrics, LYRICS, lyrics. Ninth one is Song of Radha. 10th, Queen's Arrival, QUEENS, Queen's Rival, RIVL, Rival. Persian ballad in which Queen Kulnar, Kulnar, asked her husband, kind Firoz, Firoz, to bring her a rival, RIVL, rival. You can say competitor, COMPETITOR, competitor. She is tired of her beauty, empathy, splendor, SPLENDOUR, splendor, richness and happiness, which is shallow, 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 rival as own daughter. Naidu is known as one of Indian feminist luminaries. Feminist luminaries, LUMINARIES. Feminist luminaries. 13 February also celebrated as Indian Women Day regarding Sarojini Naidu. Edmund Goose, Edmund Goose, Goose, called her the most accomplished living poet, the most accomplished, ACCOMPLISHED, the most accomplished living poet in India. Note this point. Edmund Goose called her the most accomplished living poet in India. The Broken Wing, 1917, dedicated to Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Note this point. The Broken Wings, dedicated to Muhammad Ali Jinnah. JINAH. Sarojini Naidu. The next work, Indian Wearers, philosophical poem, 3 times of a day, morning, newborn baby, afternoon, wedding, evening, cloth, and also talk about 3 colors, black, joy, green, and purple, sorrow, happiness, white, end of life. Next writer, Mulk Raj Anand, born in 1905, died in 2004. Mulk Raj Anand was one of the first Indian-based writers in English to gain an international readership. Mulk Raj Anand was one of the first Indian-based writers in English to gain an international readership. International Peace Prize 1953, Padma Bhushan 1967. Note this, Sahitya Academy Award 1971 for autobiography Morning Face. International Peace Prize in 1953, Padma Bhushan 1967, Sahitya Academy Award for autobiography Morning Face 1968. Mulk Raj Anand also called India Charles Dickens because of his work Untouchable. He is known for Indian Charles Dickens for the work Untouchable. The noble introduction was written by his friend E.M. Foster. The noble introduction was written by his friend E.M. Foster, whom he met while working on T.S. Eliot magazine, Criterion, whom he met while working on T.S. Eliot magazine Criterion, Criterion, Criterion. Foster writes, avoiding rhetoric and circumlocutions. George Orwell, Review of Anand's 1942 novel. George Orwell, Review Anand 1940 novel. The Sword and the Sickle. The Sword and Sickle, 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 hints at, hints, hints at the significance of its publication. Although Mr. Anand novel would still be interesting on its own merit if I had been writing by an Englishman. Although Mr. Anand novel would still be interesting on its own merit if I had been writing by an Englishman, it is impossible to read it without remembering every few pages. It is also a cultural curiosity. 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 The growth of an English language Indian literature is a strange phenomena, and it will have its strange phenomena, phenomenon, phenomena, and it will have its effect on the post-war world. He was a friend of Picasso, Picasso, and had paintings by Picasso in his personal and art collection. He also founded a literary magazine, write the name Murg, M-A-R-G, Murg, and taught in various universities. Once again, I am repeating the magazine name Murg, M-A-R-G, Murg, and taught in various universities. He worked with the International Progress Organization. In 1974, Dialogue Among Civilization, Anand also delivered a series of lectures. In 1974, Dialogue Among Civilization, Anand also delivered a series of lectures on eminent Indians, eminent Indians, including Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Rabindranath Tagore. Note this, very important. Once again, I am repeating this. In 1974, Dialogue Among Civilization, Anand also delivered a series of lectures on eminent Indians, including Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Rabindranath Tagore. First work, Untouchable, 1935, revolves around the argument for crediting the caste system set in the North Indian cantonment town. Important character Vaka, Bakha, Vaka, sweeper, son of Lakha, the head of all Bulsa sweepers. Charat Singh, Charat, Charat Singh, hockey player. Sohini, sister of Vaka. Pandit Kalinath, evil character. Ram Charan and Chota, friends of Baka. Colonial Hudson, Hutchinson, a British man who takes him home. Mahatma Gandhi appeared indirectly in novel. Time he spent at Gandhi Sabarmati Ashram in 1927. The book was inspired by his aunt's experience when she has a meal with a Muslim woman. The book was inspired by Mulk Raj Anand's aunt's experience when she has a meal with a Muslim woman and was treated as an outcast by her family. Response to the suicide. Number 2 work is Coolie, 1936, talking about poverty. Coolie is the work related to 14-year-old boy Munno, M-U-N-O-O, Munno. Third work, Two Lips and a Bird, published in 1937. This one also deals with the topic of oppression of the poor, and is about a peasant who tries to protect peasant peasant who tries to protect his daughter from a British soldier. The story is based in the tea plantation of Assam. Hindi film Rahi by Devanand and English as The Wayfarer based on this work. Hindi film Rahi of Devanand and English as The Wayfarer based on this work, Two Lips and a Bird. Wayfarer concept of haves and have-nots. Concept of haves, H-A-V-E-S, haves and have-nots. H-A-V have hyphen N-O-T-S, nots. Important character Gangu, middle-aged peasant living in Hoshiarpur, H-O-S-H-I-R-A-P-U-R, Hoshiarpur. Wife Sajni, S-A-J-A-N-I. Daughter Leela, L-I-L, Leela. Son Buddhu, B-U-D-H-U, Buddhu. Cropped, C-R-O-F-T, cropped hyphen cookie, C-O-O-K-E, cookie. Officer of the plantation. Dr. John, J-O-H-N, John D, D-E-L-A, Harvey. Dr. John Day Lee Harvey, Doctor of Chlora. Reggie Hunt, R-E-G-G-I-E, Reggie Hunt, officer who tried H-U-N-T, Hunt, officer who tried to rape Leela and killed Gangu. Main villain of this story is Reggie Hunt, R-E-G-G-I-E, Reggie, H-U-N-T, Hunt, officer who tried to rape Leela and killed Gangu, end with a tragic clash of interest and destinations. Next work, The Village. The Village, 1939, is the first of a trilogy that included Across the Black Waters and Sword and the Sickle. So note this trilogy. First one is Across the Black Waters. First one is The Village. Second one is Across the Black Waters. And the third one is Sword and the Sickle. The life journey of Lal Singh. In first novel, The Village, Lal Singh is presented as immature youth in the village of Nandpur, Nandpur, Nandpur in Punjab, and it ends with him joining the army. Second work, Across the Black Waters, also published in 1939, and second work in trilogy. It describes the experience of Lallu, a sepoy, S-E-P-O-Y, sepoy in Indian Army, fighting on behalf of Britain against the Germans in France during World War. Fighting on behalf of Britain against the Germans in France during World War. His portrait, P-O-R-T-R-A-Y-E-D, portrait by the author. Their family was evicted from their land. Evicted from their land. I understand what it is about. The novel is larger. Themes that of war, of Western culture. Third was The Storm published in 1942. This one also deals with the top social and political structure, especially the rise of communism. The title for the book was given to Anand by George Orwell. Keeping with British and American writings of the time, Lallu returned to home in Punjab instead of being rewarded. He is only demolished on suspicious anti-colonialist trainings. Lallu returns to his village only to find that there is a famine in the village. Most of his kinsmen in Nandpur have lost their small land holding. Only survivor in Lallu's family is his brother, who have been married, Mallu, first level. Fifth walk, The Big Heart, in 1905. The theme of the novel is the conflict between hereditary, H-R-E-D-I-T-A-R-Y, hereditary, Coppersmith, and the capitalist. Coppersmith and the capitalist. It is novel about a village of artisans in Amritsar district in the early 1940s, whose livelihood is destroyed by the establishment of factory, ESTHMENT, establishment of a factory producing copper utensils, UTNSILS. Produced the Ananda, ANANTH, and his wife Janaki, JANA, and Ralia and Viro, two attachments, loses meant because of faces, Ralia, R-A-L-I-A, Ralia, and Viro, B-I-R-O, Viro, two attachments, loses meant because of industries, and wants to do. Hello, I'm audible?
Yes.
I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All play the role in
हेलो सर, सर आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है।
सर रीजॉइन कीजिए ना, आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है।
हाँ सर।